All right. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to my world. I mean, our world.
Hey,
Welcome to another episode of Cut the Card Lunch and Learn series. And I am here with Ms. Heather S. How are you doing, Heather?
I'm doing great. I am fantastic. It's beautiful weather and I'm excited to be here. How are
Well,
you?
that is awesome. I'm always doing great. Folks, we are here for another session of Cut the Card Lunch and Learn series. And sometimes you may ask, what is Cut the Card, Cedric? I don't understand this. Well, it's a 30-minute training that airs live on our Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn pages. It's going to help you elevate your mindset. It's going to help you set new goals. It's going to make you get outside your comfort zone. It's going to do all those things, right? It's going to help you start saying things like, I'm already good enough. I earned it. I'm smart enough. I am because I am. Now, it's also going to give you a few things. And it's going to give you what I call the it factor. Visualize it, pray about it, plan it, work it, live it, and don't give up on it. And man, you also gonna get some of Heather S today as well. All right, so we're gonna just dive right in. And today, Heather, just tell us what the topic is today.
Absolutely, Cedric. So, this is 6 mindset shifts that will improve your life because we all know that mindset is so important to see things in a different way. So, we're going to give you 6 tools today. And like we said before, try to write them down, try to commit them to memory, and then try to implement them because that's super, super important as we move forward.
Yes, absolutely. So 6 mindset shifts that will improve your life. See, it's true that people have a natural resistance to change, right? You dig a little deeper and you might discover that resistance to change is just a symptom and that people have a natural resistance to feeling incompetent, right? Humiliation is a deep fear we all possess. In fact, I was talking with a young lady who I coach earlier today, and she kept saying that I'm having a block here because she was afraid of taking this action step. See, we don't want you to feel or to look incompetent, and change has the potential to activate that feeling, right? When you get outside that comfort zone, you know that feeling you get when you get outside of that comfort zone, the natural things that you do. But see, if we condition ourselves to feel good about pushing our personal boundaries, think about that. What if our fear of feeling incompetent was less than our desire to learn something new? Man, that would be a wonderful thing. See, this won't happen naturally. It has to be taught. So you can learn what we're going to teach you today, right? And it has to be maintained on a regular basis. If not, we're going to move slowly in the wrong direction, and we're going to slowly drift into losing our curiosity, and with that, our vitality. See, every child is born with a natural gene to feel curious and investigate something. So we want to help you with that. See, our natural bend toward laziness is exacerbated by inactivity. That means you got to get up off the couch and you got to do something, right, Heather?
Yeah, you got to do some movement. You got to put some feet to what you say, right?
Exactly. So contentment is a great value, but it shadows the side. But its shadows side is apathy. You see that?
Yeah.
Contentment is a great virtue, but its shadow side is apathy. See, it's natural to grow accustomed to our surroundings, But as John F. Kennedy once said, the time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. You see, when it's raining, Heather, it's too late to repair the roof.
Yeah.
It's time to get buckets.
Yeah, you already got your pots and pans, right?
Yes. So learn to value discomfort, disorientation. That's where our greatest growth takes place. It's the discomfort zone where we grow and we learn and we get bigger and we get better and we get faster and we get stronger. So the truth is, discomfort doesn't lead to a breakthrough. It leads to discomfort doesn't lead to breakdowns. It leads to breakthroughs. By avoiding discomfort, we can survive.
Right.
See, stepping into how we thrive is important for the next step of the journey. So how do you do this? Heather is going to start off by helping us understand how to develop these 6, what we call habitudes, habits plus attitudes. So let's dive into them, Heather.
Absolutely. And I love this idea of habitude. So if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, or if you want to write this on a note on your phone, I encourage you to do so now. This is the first action step, right? Writing it down, committing it to memory. So number 1 is super, super important. And this is something that is valuable, but also uncomfortable. So number 1 is to question the status quo. Question the status quo. See, by doing this, you will be facilitating the skill of critical unlearning. It's really important to see that sometimes it's important to unlearn something and then find new information. What do we need to stop doing? Something that maybe you've been doing a lot. What do you need to stop doing? What do we need to leave behind? There are some old patterns, old ways of thinking that possibly we need to leave behind. What do we need to forget? Forget that way of doing something. Here's another key that's important. What do we need to ignore? Some things that take our time are things that maybe we need to ignore. So this is important, so important if we want to grow and we want to go forward. We need to start questioning the status quo. This is always what I've done because it's always what I've told that I was going to do, right, Cedric? Like that's
Right.
the way that we do things.
Yes, you know those people you work with on your teams and they don't want to change, right? And if somebody could be right in your house, they don't want to change from what they've always done and they keep getting the same old thing. Why is our life miserable? Why do I have that same boring job? Why can I not get a promotion or a raise? Because you're doing the same thing.
Same thing over and over again. And then complaining in the same way over and over again. And
exactly. And they go to church. They go to church on Sunday and they sit in the same pew, right? And then they walk in one Sunday and somebody else is sitting there. What do? Wait a minute. She's in my seat.
Right. Yikes.
Exactly.
And it's uncomfortable when you have to go to a different pew, when you have to sit further up to the front, right? In the second row. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about this. But then you realize that a couple minutes in, you feel completely fine. You're okay. You survived.
Exactly.
So number 1 is question the status quo. Now, number 2 is super, super important because assumptions are dangerous.
Yes.
Challenge your assumptions. Number 2 is challenge your assumptions. Just because that's how we've always done it doesn't mean that we should keep doing it the same way. If it's not working and something's not going well, but it's the way you've always done it, maybe it's time to challenge those assumptions. This can lead to the bias of experience that the way we've always done it is still the right way to do it, right?
Right.
But go below the surface and discover that there's a belief that is driving this behavior. What is the belief behind the habit or the process that we're taught? So what's that belief that's underneath? Even if the belief is right, Does it have a different application today? Right? So if there's a belief that we need to do this certain thing because we've gotten a certain amount of productivity out of that, well, is that really true? Or is there a different way to kind of reframe that belief? If it's valid, our commitment will grow even deeper. But if it's not, we might need to do some innovation. And innovation is the work that we're talking about. Innovation is that uncomfortable place that we need to go, right? Sometimes when things aren't really going the way that we want to move forward.
Right, absolutely. And I see our good friend Jeff Willie here is tuning in, and he said, "Yes, what's the belief behind the habit?" Great teaching. I always want to highlight and welcome my friend Jeff Willie for tuning in. If you don't listen to Jeff Willie's show, Winning with Willie, then you're missing out on
Yeah.
some good stuff. So you need to make sure you tune in to Winning with Willie, because this man here, this brother right here, I'm telling you, he does some wonderful stuff. He has so much knowledge. He always called me his mentor and the person that he go to. But trust me, I learned a lot from Jeff Willie, and he's doing some wonderful stuff in this space. So tune in to Win with Willie. Thanks, Jeff, for tuning in. Definitely appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Heather, go ahead.
Yeah. No,
All
this
right.
cool. I'm so excited that he's a part of this too. There's so many limiting beliefs in what we're doing and our habits.
Absolutely.
Do I not show up because I don't feel good enough to do something different? Right? What's
Absolutely.
underneath that?
Absolutely. And you are one of those ones who really exemplify number three. Number three is try something new.
Yeah.
And my girl Heather S is trying something new. She decided to like switch her whole state. She didn't just switch her city or her town or her subdivision. She switched to a whole nother state.
Yeah.
So talking about trying something new.
Right? You have to shift because
Absolutely.
you're
Absolutely.
strong enough to do that.
Yes. So try something new. See, this often leads to something better. I'm going to say that again because that sounded good. Trying something new oftentimes leads to trying something better. See, occasionally it comes through association with other people, with other things, all of those type things. See, what seems like an impediment to progress became a breakthrough inefficiently, a breakthrough in inefficiencies, right? Sometimes it's as simple as trying an unfamiliar food. Uh-oh. Now, yeah, I got to be careful here, Heather, because, I stick to my same foods. I don't try a whole lot of new foods. I try a lot of other stuff new. Okay. But experiment, test, expose, sample, try. Just do it, right? People tend to see danger where there's only difference.
Hmm.
You see that?
Absolutely. And when you reframe it, because we're talking about mindset shifts, when you reframe it to say, I've gotten this experiment, I'm going to try this experiment, right? Rather than saying, well, we're going to go through this whole plan and we're going to do this whole system and we're going to go forward with it. Experiment, see how it goes.
Right.
Awesome.
Yep. Let's
Now,
keep going. Number 4.
Number 4 is repurpose something old. So sometimes the pearl gets lost in the process. The principle is good, but the delivery system is outdated. Don't miss the reliable because it's cluttered and camouflaged with irrelevance. This is more than recycling, though, right? It's also about our ideas, our attitudes, our emotional intelligence, money, simplicity, and wisdom. Repurpose something old. And number 5 is to connect the bigger picture. So synthesizing your life illuminates your path. Okay. When you synthesize your life, it illuminates things for you. Learning and growing is about capacity and skill, but it's also about connecting the dots. When you learn one thing and then you learn the next and then you learn the next, you start to piece the puzzle together. This is hard to do though without knowing the bigger purpose of who you are and what we want as a team, what we want as a company, what we want in leadership. This takes a lot of our learning to a whole new level, not only like mentally, but also maybe our perspective. We start to zoom out a bit, right?
Right.
You're no longer just a teacher. You're a master teacher because you understand the bigger picture.
Yes. And I'm a master teacher, Heather. I'm just going to say it out there. I'm a master teacher.
That's so great. So am I, Cedric. We're both.
Yes, you are. Number 6, and we're going to wrap this up and get on out of the way here. But number 6 is trust what you know. Ooh, man, I absolutely love that one. Trust what you know. See, trusting what you know gives you the courage to try new things. Here's what I know. See, the sun is going to come up tomorrow, right? Now, you may not be living to see it, but it's coming up tomorrow. All right. What I'm going through right now will pass. Whatever that is, what you're going through right now will pass, right? With one exception, the world is composed of other people. Trust what you know. Be kind. Everyone I know is carrying something. Everyone I know has some type of trial, tribulation, or burden, something that they're carrying. Right? The best things in life aren't things.
Mm.
People make mistakes. Trust what you know. Right? You get out of life what you put in. I just was telling a client that today. If you put out negative vibrations in the world, guess what's going to happen? The universe is going to return it back to you. All right, trust what you know. Gratitude is the healthiest emotion and trumps gratification. Trust what you know. What you focus on becomes your reality, whether it's true or not. You see, the quality of your life is dependent on the quality of your emotions. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Trust what you know. See, bitterness is a downward spiral.
Ugh, yeah.
Every day, all day, and twice on Sunday. Trust what you know. I must forgive in order to live. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgive you guys all. All right.
Everyone.
I want to live a long time, so I'm going to say it again. I must forgive in order to live. And then I'm going to share this last one with you. The only difference between a rut and a grave is the depth. Oh, man. Now, Jeff, that's bad right there, right? The only difference between a rut and a grave is the depth.
Yikes.
Man, I tell you what, I don't want to be in a grave. No time soon. See, developing ourselves includes developing our minds. That doesn't happen without discomfort. That doesn't happen without occasional disorientation. That doesn't happen without you taking some action and doing something and getting outside of that comfort zone. Trust what you know. Man, I absolutely love this. And Heather, right before we got on this, I was trusting what I know. I was doing some of these things, actually. Trusting what I know. I was challenging some assumptions. I was questioning the status quo, and I was trying something new. I have some new products and services that I'm bringing to my business real soon. And I was on a call to kind of finalize a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of this, Cedric, is that we both want to walk what we're learning and what we're talking about here, right? Like we both want to be walking in this because we recognize that it's so important to know that, like, yeah, a rut, if you get further into that rut, you bet you're going to the grave.
You're right.
Right? So we wanted to thank you today for tuning in to Cut the Cord. And we really, really genuinely appreciate you. So our goal is to help you and your team go to a higher level. We want to hear from you. We want you to tell us how we're doing and how we can better serve you and your team. What's your team struggling with? Is it communication, teamwork, collaboration? Is it creativity? Or is it really stepping into that space and being authentic? Send us a message below with the subject line, cut the cord, and see our email in the comments. We are excited for another episode, and we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your lunch.
Yes. Well, you guys go out and have a great rest of your lunch. Grab something to eat for me because I have to go to a meeting now that's going to trying to elevate my business and doing different things. Heather S., I surely hope that you have a great rest of your day. I always love our time here on Wednesday. So make sure you tune back in next Wednesday for another episode of Cut the Cord Lunch and Learn series. And make sure you give Heather S. a shout out. Tell her she's doing well. She wants to hear from you. She's in a whole new state and she needs to hear from you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And hey, maybe go try a new food while you're at it during your lunch.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, sure.
Wink, wink. I'll try new food. All right.
Go back to your office.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
thank you guys very much. I totally appreciate it. Heather, you were going to say something?
It's great to be with you. And I appreciate this time that we have together. So yeah, I would love to hear from you as well.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.